Hey everyone, today we're delving into a crucial topic, the mind games that can jeopardize your connection. We all yearn for fulfilling relationships, free of manipulation and deceit, but sometimes we get caught up in petty games that do more harm than good. In our journey today, we'll uncover 10 such mind games that you should steer clear of to maintain a healthy, authentic bond. Stay tuned as we explore these relationship pitfalls, complete with practical examples and recommendations. Let's dive in. First up, we have the silent treatment trap. This is when one person ignores their partner to gain control or manipulate emotions. It's a game of power where silence is used as a weapon. But here's the thing, silence doesn't solve problems. It often creates more. Instead of falling into this trap, opt for open communication. Talk about your feelings, express your concerns. Remember, it's not a battle to be won, but a relationship to be nurtured. Discuss feelings rather than resorting to silence. Next, we have gaslighting games. This mind game involves manipulating your partner's perception of reality, making them question their own sanity and memory. An example might be denying something you clearly did just to make your partner second-guess themselves. This is a dangerous game that can lead to serious trust issues. The antidote? Build trust through honesty. Be open, be clear, and be true to your word. Avoid tactics that breed confusion and doubt. Moving on to guilt-tripping tactics. This is when guilt is used as a tool to get one's way. For instance, someone might say, "If you love me, you would do this for me." This manipulates the other person's emotions, making them feel guilty for not meeting the demand. The best way to counter this is by fostering open dialogue. Instead of using guilt to get your way, communicate your needs directly and honestly. Remember, communicate needs without resorting to emotional manipulation. Now let's discuss playing hard to get pitfalls. This game involves feigning disinterest to spark desire, a classic but potentially damaging tactic. It can lead to confusion, miscommunication, and even resentment. Instead of pretending, why not be authentic? Show genuine interest and express your feelings honestly. It might feel scary, but it's the only way to build a real and lasting connection. Remember, playing hard to get is not a sustainable strategy for a healthy relationship. Honesty builds a foundation of trust and security. Next up, we have the jealousy juggling act. This is when someone intentionally tries to make their partner feel jealous as a way to gain attention or control. It's a risky game that can lead to mistrust and resentment. For example, one might flirt with others in front of their partner to evoke a reaction. This is a destructive path. Instead, cultivate trust by being open and transparent. Replace jealousy with reassurance. Remember, the goal is to build a relationship on openness and transparency. Let's move on to testing troubles. This is when you set up situations to gauge your partner's reactions. It's akin to setting a trap and waiting to see if they'll fall into it. This game creates unnecessary tension and can often lead to misinterpretations. Instead of playing detective, it's recommended to communicate directly. Share your concerns, ask questions, and seek clarity. This way, you foster an atmosphere of trust and mutual understanding. Remember, avoid creating unnecessary tension through tests. Next, we have manipulative praise or criticism. This is when compliments or critiques aren't as genuine as they seem, but are instead tools used to manipulate your partner's behavior. It's like saying, "You're so much more fun when you're not working late," which subtly pressures your partner to spend more time at home. Our recommendation here is to express feelings genuinely. Authenticity fosters a sense of trust and respect in a relationship. Avoid expressing feelings with ulterior motives. Moving on to threats of leaving drama. This mind game involves using the threat of ending the relationship as a form of leverage or control. For example, one might say, "If you don't do this, I'm leaving you." It's a manipulative tactic that creates fear and insecurity. Instead, strive to build security through open communication. Discuss your concerns and fears honestly. Confront issues head-on rather than resorting to threats. Remember, a healthy relationship doesn't thrive on fear, but on mutual understanding and respect. Avoid creating fear and insecurity. Next up, we have emotional blackmail blunders. This refers to the unfair tactic of using emotional leverage to manipulate your partner into meeting your needs or desires. For instance, one might use guilt, fear, or obligation to make their partner feel as if they have no choice but to comply. Rather than resorting to such tactics, it's healthier to openly communicate your needs and desires. Foster a healthy dynamic by avoiding emotional leverage. Finally, we have scorekeeping struggles. This is when you keep a mental tally of all the favors you've done, waiting for the right moment to cash them in. For instance, you might say, "Remember when I helped you with that project? Now it's your turn to help me." This turns your relationship into a business transaction, not a partnership. Instead, aim to create a relationship based on mutual support, where you help each other because you want to, not because you expect something in return. Avoid a transactional scorecard. There you have it, 10 relationship mind games to avoid for a healthier and more authentic connection. From silent treatments to scorekeeping, we've covered the traps that can compromise your bond. Avoid these games and choose instead to foster open communication, trust, and authenticity. These are the pillars of any thriving relationship, and they'll serve as a sturdy foundation for your connection. If you found these insights valuable, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more relationship wisdom. Take care, and we'll see you in the next video.